What are some of the big results that you feel you've been able to accomplish with this program?
I have clients. That's what I like.
I want to share with you a testimonial from one of the students I've had the pleasure of working one-on-one with through our 90-day coaching program. Her name's Morgan, and in only 10 weeks, she was able to go from not having a business, making $0, to having a business and being able to predictably land customers. In the next few weeks, she's even lined up 4 to 5 new clients. Here's the testimonial.
So this is Morgan. Morgan has been a part of the program, and we're here to talk about her experience with the program up to this point. Morgan helps veteran-owned businesses to streamline their processes through software.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You mentioned that you've been in other programs before. What kind of set this program apart from those programs?
It was way more in detailed and one-on-one. Most of them were just like courses with like the occasional like live meetup, with other students to see how things are going. One was a 4-week fast track program. It was just a little frustrating for me. I was like on a rat wheel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just kind of spinning through and kind of churning through all the different options and not really finding a really good fit for kind of what you were after.
The big concern that I had when I first, started this was that, with the idea that I had, I never saw anyone completely like implement it from start to finish in a way that made sense. So now having to be able to completely lay out the process for me and I just have to completely follow it to a T. It was just so helpful.
That's awesome. So it was more kind of like, did it feel like it was more of a step-by-step plan that kind of helped things move forward, or what do you think was kind of the biggest kind of help in that having the one-on-one coaching along with the program?
So having the step-by-step plan, obviously, but having also someone there to guide me through to let me know that, okay, you're overcomplicating things at this point. It doesn't need to be this, which, we've had weeks often, even now, where he, kind of reins me back in and he's like, okay, that's not the plan. Just stick to the plan. Just stick to the plan. I promise you it'll work. Just stick to the plan. Just stick to the plan. You're overthinking things. And Nabila is pretty good at like stopping me in my tracks from that. Obviously there's times where I go off on a tangent and I'm like, oh, but what about this like random thing? When I know obviously that's not something that's important. It's just my mindset getting the best of me to try and, keep me from going forward.
What are some of the big results that you feel you've been able to accomplish with this program?
I have clients. That's what I like, and as of right now, I've been able to have 3 to 4 clients in the pipeline to work with at the beginning of next year as well. So I'm really excited, So
would you say like you have much higher expectations of yourself now than you did before you started the program?
Yes. One thing that we kind of agreed upon, it's possible with this business is that, 10K months should come pretty easily. And at first, when I heard him say that, I was like, I'm just trying to survive. But, now seeing how much traction and momentum I'm getting with just the work that I'm putting in, it starts to trickle down that like, hey, that this isn't that crazy, you could do this. And it's slightly scary, but also slightly like exciting as well.
What's one piece of advice or encouragement that you'd give someone who's on the fence about signing up for the program?
I think if you're on the fence about it, you should just honestly just take a look at what even got you to this point of even considering. Because if you're already at this point of considering this program, you obviously know that something in the past just hasn't worked for you.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Kind of like just needing to step out of your comfort zone and step into something new.
Not super spiritual, but I obviously do believe that there are inner workings, that we can't see behind, our everyday lives. And for me, ending up on your landing page, I have to take it as a sign that it was just something that was just supposed to happen at that moment. And I look at it now and I'm like, thank God.
Okay, cool. So the program is really structured and it's laser focused on kind of getting your business up and running and then generating revenue, whereas the one-on-one coaching sessions are personalized and more tailored to your goals. So what are the big things that you expect it will help you with?
So the one-on-one coaching, honestly, for me, I wanted to keep the focus on accountability because I noticed that was a big thing that kept driving me to go forward when I was just doing the program. So the main thing for me was just having that accountability, someone to check in with and say, I did this week, this week, this week. And, also to kind of review any like little struggle spots that I may have had, like, how I dealt with a difficult client or, possibly looking at different ways to structure things as well that may be specific to me. Because that was one of the things I did enjoy about, the program itself was having someone that can intellectually just keep up with that and dissect it and put it in plain action forward, while being able to help me intercept any like stop gaps or like issues as well was super helpful.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to let people know about your experience with the program?
I would say if anybody's on the fence because they think that, they don't already have a business or they're not already freelancing, don't worry about that. It worked for me.
Well, that's fantastic. Okay, so this has been Morgan's story, and she's been kind enough to share it with us today. So Morgan, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.